భానుకోటి భాస్వరం భవాబ్దితారకం పరం నీలకంఠమీప్సితార్థదాయకం త్రిలోచనం కాళకాలమంబుజాక్షమక్షశూలమక్షరం కాశికాపురాదినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే.
We just heard the second shloka of Kalabhairavashtakam by Adi Sankaracharya. Before we delve into its meaning, let us look briefly at some background information about Kalabhairava. Kalabhairavashtakam, the word can be split into three words as Kalaha plus Bhairavaha plus Ashtakam. Let us now look at the meaning of each of these three words. Kalaha in Samskritam has several meanings: time, black color, and destroyer of universe. Bhairavaha means a fierce form. It originates from the word Bhiru, which means fearsome. Ashtakam is a group of 8 objects, in our context a stotram with 8 shlokas. Kalabhairava is dark in complexion and has a fearsome form. One interpretation is that he is fearsome only to evildoers. He is believed to be protecting his devotees from external threats like enemies, dacoits and other evil forces, and from internal enemies like greed, lust, anger, etc. He transcends or destroys time or Kala. Normally in Shiva temples, Vigrahams of Kalabhairava are situated in the north, facing west. He appears in a standing position with 4 hands. He carries in his hands a drum, a pasa or noose, a trident and a skull. He has a dog as a vehicle. In some temples, he has more than 4 hands. He is also called Kshetrapala or protector of the place. In Shiva temples, when the temple is closed, the keys are placed before Bhairava, before the priest locks up the temple. The Krishna Paksha Ashtami, or the 8th day after Purnami or full moon in each month, is considered as auspicious day for worshipping Kalabhairava. The one falling in the month of Margasirisha month is most significant and is known as Kalabhairava Jayanti. There are 2 schools of thought on the origin of Kalabhairava. The predominant one is that Kalabhairava is an incarnation of Lord Shiva himself. There is a legend behind this, but I am not going into that now. In Kalabhairavashtakam, Adi Shankara is taking this position and hailing and praising Kalabhairava as Lord Shiva himself. This is also the position taken in the Shiva Purana and Skanda Purana, which are part of the 18 Mahapuranas. As per the second school of thought, Shiva created Kalabhairava to preside over the 8 Ashtabhairavas, each of whom in turn presides over a smaller group of 8 Bhairavas. So we have 64 or Ashtashtabhairavas, each charged with a specific function. All the 64 were created by Lord Shiva according to this school of thought. Though there are many temples for Kalabhairava all over the country, the ones in the centers of the 12 Jyotirlingas and the 52 Shakti Pitas are considered very sacred. The Kashi Kalabhairava Mandir is one of the most venerated amongst them. In Kalabhairavashtakam, Adi Shankara addresses the deity in the Kashi temple only. The old temple was destroyed by invaders. The present day temple was built in the mid 17th century CE by the Maratha army commander Vinchurkar in the Nagara style of temple architecture. Its location is also different from the original temple site. Housed in the inner sanctum of the temple is a silver-faced Vigraham of Kalabhairava, who is seated on his Vahana, the dog, and is holding a trident. As the temple has a narrow entrance, only the face of the Vigraham, decorated with garlands, is visible to the visitors through the doorway. Rest of the Vigraham is covered with a piece of cloth. On the rear door of the temple there is an icon of Kshetrapal Bhairav, another aspect of Bhairava. Kaal Bhairava is considered to be the protector of Kashi and the chief justice giver, so he is called the Kotwal or chief police officer of Kashi, who blesses people and also punishes wrongdoers. Another very famous Kalabhairava temple is in Ujjain city of Madhya Pradesh, located on the banks of the Shipra river. The present day temple structure was built over the remains of an older temple. The original temple is believed to have been built by an obscure king named Bhadrasen, as mentioned in the Avanti Kanda of the Skanda Purana. The present day temple structure shows Maratha influence. The deity's face is in the form of a rock layered with kumkuma or vermilion. The deity's silver head is adorned with the Maratha style pagri or turban, a tradition dating back to the days of the Maratha commander Mahadaji Shinde, who renovated the temple. Kalabhairav is worshipped not only by Hindus but also by Jains and certain sects of Buddhists. So his temples are found in several parts of Asia. Prominent among them is the Kalabhairav shrine in Kathmandu, Nepal. It has an open worship area situated in a religious complex in Darbar Square, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It has a gigantic 12-foot tall icon of Kalabhairava sculpted in the 6th century CE. It was discovered by King Pratap of the Malla dynasty amidst paddy fields in the 17th century and placed here. Gist of its meaning: worshipful salutations to Lord Kalabhairava, the Lord of Kashi, who has the brilliance of a crore of suns, who saves devotees from the cycle of rebirths, and who is supreme, who has a blue neck or throat, who grants us our desires, and who has 3 eyes, who is death unto death itself, and whose eyes look like lotus, whose trident protects the world, and who is immortal. Salutations to Lord Kalabhairava. The special words in this sloka: Bhaswaram, glow or brilliance; Tarakaha, one who saves or liberates; Ipsitam, desire to obtain or wish.